Hello and welcome to another modern stream, and we're not playing Stoneforge. What we're playing is Reclaimer. Hell yeah. Titan Vial, baby. Titan Vial. I'm playing this deck because over the weekend, if you watch my stream, I played in the Modern Showcase Challenge, and actually, MTGO user Returntodust managed to snag an 11th place finish with a deck that looks pretty familiar. They made a couple of changes. They added an item of the Reliquary over the third Courser, and then they cut some purges in Mind Sensor to make room for Veil of Summer. Everything else is exactly my list, and I guess it performed very well for them because they ended up going, I imagine that is X&2, which is definitely a pretty tough feat in a very, very large field. So, I mean, I went 0-2 drop, so I would know. But yeah, anyway, because of this, it kind of opened my eyes that maybe this deck is a little bit more real than even I am giving it credit for. I mean, last time I streamed it, I went 9-1 on stream. You can actually watch those streams in my YouTube channel, and yeah, we're gonna be giving another shot. So I'm a little bit inspired to actually try to test this deck and actually try to make it as good as it can be. So I'm starting off with that change, basically. Kirsten C77, thank you for the follow. I'm going to be starting off with that change, so I'm adding a Knight to try to just test it out over the third copy of Courser. And a card that I would like to try, even for Amulet, is Arasta of the Endless Web. Let me see if I can actually do like a zoom here. There we go. So reach, 4 mana, 3/5. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, you create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. This is great not only against the control decks, of course, but also against the prowess decks, because you start spitting out blockers, and those blockers even do block the Stormwing entity, the dragon, the 2 mana 3/3. I guess it's 5 mana, but they play it for 2, 3/3 prowess. So like the fact that we have a really, really good blocker as a 3/5, and you actually get some extra 1/2s every time they try to grow their dudes, means that you have infinite chump blockers, and it actually looks very, very solid in paper. So we're gonna see how this works out. This might be like actually a very, very smart deck. Then I added a couple of veils. I couldn't go all the way up to 3 because I just don't think that this card is that good, honestly. And I actually think that Celestial Purge is the far and away the best cyber card that this deck can have access to, so I didn't want to cut that. So what I ended up cutting is I did cut the Even Mind Sensor, and I did cut the Thrugtusk instead. Sorry, I had a sneeze there. But yeah, we're gonna fire up a league. Let's go. See what happens. I'm so proud of this. Never let your memes be dreams, right? Sure. This hand is kind of nutty against like Infect and stuff. Against Infect, against a mid-range deck. Oh, you're playing blue. Just never playing to remand the entire game. Never playing to remand. We don't know what we're playing against yet, so I don't know if I want to fetch. I don't know what I want to fetch for. Just gonna pass a turn here. Hallowed Fountain. Field of Ruin, cute. Cute, cute. Yield to some Vial triggers. I honestly don't think I want to play anything. Just don't want to play into their mana leaks, their romance. We get blown out if they go like turn 3 to Fairy, but like they play Field of Ruin as their second land, so it's not even clear that they have access to another land. So we're just chilling here. Just pass the turn. How's it going tonight? Oh, it's going well, man. It's going well. We went 4-1 in the Legacy thingy. I totally just forgot to upload my vintage matches too, which is brutal. Imagine they're activating Field here. Okay. They're probably just fixing their mana. So we're just gonna play Knight on end step. So now with these triggers on the stack, I'm going to activate Vial. Play Triad. And we're gonna uptick both. Finish 3-2 and 4-1 tonight. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I honestly let me just do this right now because I forgot to follow you the other day. So we can actually do two different things here. We can get a Celestial Sanctuary at instant speed, which I think is what I'm gonna do if they activate the field. Or we could just sack the Valakut. I think because I'm trying to hit some land drops here, I'm actually going to go for the Celestial Sanctuary route. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Literally does not do anything. Good, Celestial Sanctuary. Bounce Valakut. Your trigger fizzles. And we still get to flush in a Dryad on step. This deck is just so... This deck is something else. This is sick. I really enjoy this deck an unreasonable amount. I really, really do. I really do enjoy this deck a lot. Alright, so this one goes up to 4. To 5, sorry. Doing 6 leagues of Dredge in my attempt to learn it. Learning Dredge in Modern or learning Dredge in Legacy? This one we're gonna keep on 3, I think. Play Field, play Valakut, target you. Imagine thinking you're gonna get away with that, right? Oh, actually we get to resolve Titan now? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 6. Yep, we get to resolve Titan. Path. Path me, please. Path me, please, opponent. So now they're tapping out. Gonna make sure that we float mana. Yes. Got a forest. Trigger field. Valaga trigger is gonna fizzle, completely irrelevant. Doesn't matter whatsoever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sacrifice this forest. Find what? Flagstones? Sure. Trigger. Play primetime. We can violate that next turn, easy clap. Yeah, exactly. My opponent must be like, what is going on? I am 100% convinced that they definitely did not see that comment. Field and Vesuva copy the field. Oh. Is this the greatest deck ever built? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes either, but how sad will I be when they bind primetime? Very. I mean, it's a problem, right? Like, you just break it, and then your card gets banned, which is really frustrating, you know? What is this board? This is me winning. That's what this is. We can buy all the night end step anyway, so no big deal. This is so sick. Titan really about to get Vial banned. What do you mean that I can't cast instant speed stuff? You're very incorrect, opponent. You are very incorrect if you think that I cannot play stuff at instant speed. You're very, very much incorrect. Every time I win with this deck, every time it's the most delightful experience. Every time. Too much fun. Just too much fun. More crabbies will whine about primetime. People think primetime is too good. There's been like 2 Primeval Titans in the top 8 of like all the latest modern events. It's just like, really? Are you really, really whining at Primeval Titan when prowess is like... Lightning Bolt is what you should ban. Lightning Bolt was like, I don't know how many copies in the top 32, and you're complaining about primetime. People just have no idea what they're talking about. gonna cut Radiant Fountain. I'm not certain about that. I don't think my opponent is on Stoneblade, though they could, but I don't think so. I'm willing to put them on blue-white control over Stoneblade. But if they have Stoneforge, I'm going to sideboard very, very, very differently. So the problems of killing your opponent too quickly before you know what they're actually playing. Udo is balanced, but clearly Primetime needs to get banned. Yeah, of course. Like, paying 6 mana for your 6/6 that gives you value every turn is way more broken than paying 3 mana for it, right? Or 4 mana. Way more broken. Nah, I just think that people are stupid. That is my... Basically, anybody that complains about Primeval Titan, I just completely ignore. Because it's just not an argument worth having. It's just not an argument worth having. And that person that are doing that, they probably are not willing to get into a reasonable argument. Like they just want to whine and complain about Primetime because they lost to it. So like nothing productive can get from from that kind of conversation, so I just ignore them. But it does tell me a lot about those kind of people, right? Like you just know to not take those kind of people seriously. Turn 1 Vial, snap it off. Does my opponent have access to forces is the question now. Also, just saying that we can call on my opponent's Send Step for Reclaimer and flash it in. Just throwing that out there. So we can ramp. Cavern was really good here. We don't have Cavern. That's one of the things that I cut. I would find myself pretty often just like... They do have Stoneforge? Shit. Yeah, so I am very poorly sideboarded here. Yeah. I am very poorly sideboarded. I assume my opponent was on blue-white control. Based on what they played. And now... I think I'm actually going to go for the Amber Skull. They plussed. Okay. Just gonna play out the Valakut there. My opponent can destroy it. Whatever. The Fairy was okay there. My opponent should steal probably minus and my Aether Vial instead of my Reclaimer. Why did they not bounce Vial? Because maybe they think that like they're gonna have to bounce this Reclaimer. They passed the Reclaimer instead. So I guess we're gonna get to resolve Golos now. sure. Valakut down. Good, a Snow Forest. Flagstones, yes. Temple Garden. Reclaimer. Probably just get field. And now Path resolves. Oh, we can just resolve Titan. Sick. Bounce my vial, you got it. No, they bounced my vial. Yeah, that was the play otherwise. Taking my chance here to resolve my Titan. And I'm gonna get Flagstones and I guess another Field of the Dead. Or we could just get Vesuva to copy the field. Now I just want to get some Sumbos in play. So let's get the Blast Zone. If they have land, they're gonna get to sword, attack, etc. But then we're gonna be playing so many threats on them on the next turn, so we just cut Cavern entirely. Yeah, I thought that it was just a necessary evil to just cut it. I wish I had access to it. I added the third fetch, but like with adding Knight at that point, I want to make sure that I have access to more like plains and forests. And also, I did find myself in awkward situations in the past where I had a Cavern on Fear Sampath, and then I wanted to cast the Corsair or Crufix, and I just didn't have the green sources to do it. So, Cavern was cool, but it just kinda did not work out, you know. This deck is a great deck to have a bingo card with. Oh yeah, 100%. So when I'm gonna attack first, this forces my opponent's Aether Gust and stuff. Or they just eat a primetime trigger, right? So both things are pretty solid for me. What is this? Cryptic tap and draw. Tap and draw. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we have. Yeah, so I guess this is just game. We play Dryad, we play Golos, fetch for Valakut, kill Teferi, kill Stoneforge, GG's. Opponent can never come back from this. Oh, and get zombies. I forgot that we also get zombies. My bad. my bad. Sorry, chat, sorry. Do I also want to cast the Vial? I think I'd rather hold on to the Sanctuary in hand. Pew! Bounce Valakut? Yeah, you're probably correct. We have Raminap, so like drawing a bazillion cards with Tracker thanks to the Sanctuary seems exciting to me, but you're probably correct. I'm gonna force the action first. Tap all creatures, draw a card. All right. Also, we can start activating Golos. Yep, we can activate Golos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you for that follow there, Magic Fat Man. Oh, sweet. We got our PPs. Cast this one, sure. I think this is actually lethal. I think so. So we're gonna play Dryad first to make sure that a path on my Dryad doesn't stop this. Then we just Valak it. Then we're gonna cast this Golos. With a Suva the Valakut. Always yes. Always gain the life. Cast this dude. Keep the untapped one for value. Yes, the Suva, Valakut, face you, face you. Sideboard extremely poorly, win the game regardless. You love to see it. SMH, Vial clearly carrying this deck. I mean, did you see what Vial did on game 1? Were you here for game 1? Because I recommend you see that game before saying that Vial is bad or something like that. Lurrus of the Dream Dance. We're probably playing against Prowess. Actually, it's not bad against Prowess, I don't think. Vial deck can be inconsistent. Well, that's when Dryad and all the other cards come into play, right? Lol. Tracker draws a billion cards. I assume we just died to Bogles. I mean, we literally have a Blast Zone in hand. Literally, there's a Blast Zone in my hand. Like, right now. Right now, there's a Blast Zone in my hand. I think I'm supposed to hold this land in hand so I can use Tracker to draw cards. And if we draw a Rhyming App, then we are really in business. Oh, this has pro creatures. I forgot that was not gonna. Oops. Yeah, that was a punt, I guess. I should have attacked, basically. I forgot that this one wouldn't fall off. My bad. So this means that they can't double spell next turn unless they have a land. I did miss on 2 damage, which might be relevant. We can draw Valakut, we can draw Primetime. I think if we draw Primetime, we actually just win on the spot. Unless they have a removal spell for this Dryad. If we top deck Primetime, we can cast it and we can do everything. Core Spirit Dancer, well that one's a big one. Sentinel size. All right, Primetime 1 time. Primetime off the top wins the game. Primetime? Okay, so we want to lead on the Clue Crack. Reclaimer. Crack another Clue. Looking for... Ugh, it's not enough. I'm gonna play Reclaimer here though. This is gonna allow me to go fetch for... And we attack with this. Because we don't get to block. And this is basically if we attack, they can just block here. Whatever. They take 2. And I can't block this thing anyway, regardless, so... Alright, so my opponent needs to lethal me right now. It's not lethal. So they're at 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Golos. Get Valakut. Valakut for 3. Play land Valakut for 3. Or we can go get another Valakut, but that's just not enough. We get one more trigger, I guess. That's just not enough, right? We are a couple of points short. And that is also the best sequencing. Plains is better than Primetime, to be honest. I think we did. Pretty sure that we're dead. I think we would have beaten anything but that Daybreak Coronet right on that very turn. We attack for this. Yeah, that doesn't add up. Yeah, so if my opponent hadn't top deck exactly the Daybreak Coronet there, we actually would have won this game. So the 2 points of damage didn't actually matter. Because they ended up being at 4. I guess if I had drawn a land on the previous turn as well, we would have also won. Anyway. Oh, we're not playing force anymore. That's true. Annoying. Annoying. Oh, I guess I do have Lurrus, so maybe I do want Bujuki Bog. Shape 1 tracker, shape what? Woodland Bellower maybe? Everything else is fine. They don't have Teague, so... I mean, we don't care about Teague. They do have Teague, but I really doubt that they're going to bring it in this matchup. So I'm not so interesting. Like, Path does answer... I guess we keep this. Path does answer the Spirit Dancer. Is this the same list? No, I am updating it. I am working on the deck right now, so I made some changes. Turn 1 Bogle on 7 every time. Huh. It's a good top deck. That's a good top deck. Sure. So I don't think this works the way that I want it to. Play knight. Because like they both deal first strike damage and then the Umbra falls off and then these traits just deals damage to this. Like I'm pretty sure my opponent should have attacked there, honestly. I wouldn't have blocked. Because I think that keeping them to 1 hour or a turn is exactly how I win this game, right? Another bagel. No bagel. So now we block here. We trade for the Umbra. Nah, that's not good. They do know about Blast Zone. I assume that they are thinking that that is my plan. Or maybe they don't. would block now. Thank you very much. Bogles players just can't play around things. That's true. That's true. They kind of can't. We're 1 mana short of Titan. But what we can do is we can Ewit, get back Blast Zone, and play it again. I've established the loop, opponent. We have successfully established the loop. Just gonna attack with Knight here. Keep on clocking them. Actually, the clock is not unreasonable because they have multiple Horizon Canopies going on. Everything they play, we can just blow up. And this is basically just lethal next turn. So this deck in the 5-0 dump, look towards 5C. Yep. That's this guy right here. That's this guy. So gonna need to path one of my things here. Can't believe Vial is good in this deck. Nobody can. That everybody wants to cut the Vials for like Noble Hierarchs and Warrior Gracers, and I'm like, just have you played any games with this deck? Vial is nuts in this deck. So we have multiple things that we can do here. I think I'm just gonna cast a Titan, right? I'm at 14. And my opponent held up some mana there. With a Thalian play, one of their cards is a Rancor, and if the other one is a Path, if we had attack, we would have gotten blown out. So I think this is just better. This allows me to go for a different kill because we had Dryad next turn. And I'm definitely trading this for their Spider Umbra. I think that's just game. Why do you want to jam Whisper when you hear so badly? I mean, I recommend you play some matches with the deck. I cannot tell you how many people come here suggesting cards for this deck, having played a grand total of 0 matches with it, and having no idea how the deck is supposed to function and what my plan is, and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. And it's just like, I have so many things that I would rather be playing over before I play Whisperwood. Like I legit struggle to find room for all the cards that I want to be playing, and Whisperwood is not even close to the top. Mod me so I can time those people out. No, I don't want people getting timed out. I think we have to ship this hand. If any of these were an untapped land, I would probably keep it. But as is, we have to ship it. Wow, my buddy kept 7 every time. Must be nice. I'm gonna keep this. It's definitely a huge YOLO hand here, and we might never find a green source, but we have access to Blaststone, we have access to Flagstones and Reclaimer, and just a single green source gets everything going for me. Green source. Brutal. So I'm gonna lead on Flagstones because if I draw another Flagstones, that is like a really roundabout way of actually fixing my mana. Oh yeah, all the emotes are now tier 1. So that's pretty sick. Because I have access to, like, I still have access to a lot more room for emotes, so I'm gonna be working on that for sure. So that Spirit Dancer we cannot really beat. So I think that we're just gonna die here. I don't think that I really doubt that things would have been a lot better if I had gone down to 5. Honestly, Bogles doesn't even seem like that bad of a matchup anyway. You're going on the Spirit Dancer? Green source, please. That's no good. It's too late now, I think. Just need 1 billion channel points to convert this into a Executioner Brand stream. Yeah. Good luck getting there. Okay. Feels bad. Feels bad. If we had had access to a green source, we would have been actually in really good shape. If we would have been able to go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Steve, turn 3 Steve plus Reclaimer, go get a Valakut. Now we have a Dryad. We would have been able to kill the Spirit Dancer or like slow it down slash keep it at bay. We had Knight of Autumn to destroy like Coronets and stuff. But yeah, I don't think that going to 5 would have made my chances. Just donate $40? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the idea. I'm honestly not sure if you can actually get to 1 billion points. That's why I thought that it was hilarious enough for me to add it. I'm just keeping any hand at this point. So if they are turn 3 Tron into threat, I think that we just back it in. We don't even show them what we're on. Much love to you as well, Seika. God damn it. All right, go squatter. Hook me up, deck. Hook me up. Well, shit. Giving away taxes versus mono in Tron, a classic matchup. I mean, if you do consider this a taxes deck, then sure. Trinisphere. Well, I guess they might be on Eldrazi Tron, so I should keep playing. Also, I really don't understand why you would ever go for Trinisphere there. Sure. didn't plus on Trinisphere. Oh, opponent. Why did you do that, OP? So they are on Big Tron, actually. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have played Steve there. So with any untap land, we can cast Titan. All this dust. Is that the worst all this dust of all time? It could be, right? It's an 8 mana all this dust, and it's also just like really, really bad. I guess I want to keep dust on 3. Okay. Poggers. Guess I'm going after versus mine. Yeah, Knight is a dork. Knight is a dork, so we're still fine. And now I wish I had access to Delaware instead of Primetime, because if we did, then we would be in a really good spot. Throgtusk. Chomperino. Keep this on 3. Because now we're gonna be able to cast our Titan finally. I cut the Throgtusk from my board, unfortunately. I added Veils instead. Okay. Fortunate. Could get Flagstones here instead of Castle. Sure, that seems better. Hello. Remember when my opponent used an all this dust to kill Thalia and the Sakura Tribe Elder? Remember when that happened, chat? Also remember when they had Karn the Great Creator and they went and got Trinisphere for no reason whatsoever? I remember. Feel like I'm getting Windswept Heath and another field? Sure. I made a mistake. I should have played my land before doing this. Would have gotten more zombies, so that was definitely a punt, but that's what I get for not thinking ahead. Silly me. I went full Tron. Seven mana for a card. That's cool and all. Day minus on my Valakut. But why? Why would they minus on my Valakut? Like, all the things they could have minused on Valakut is the one that they choose? Wow. I guess I don't want to expose the Valakut, the other Valakut, so I'm just gonna do... We can Vesuva our field. Just so we can make outrageous amount of zombies. I'm not opposed to that. So many zombos, yeah, I know. So Tron is like Delver? Yeah, Tron is basically Delver. You're gonna get to exile now with Bog. Opponent can consider themselves lucky. So we still get a couple of shuffles to shuffle this away, so that's nice. Because we have the shuffle from the Knight, and we also have the shuffle from the Upkeep fetchlands. Another Worm Coil. Got a card from my hand. You did it, opponent. You did it. You did it. It was all you. It was all you, OP. Let's get Flagstones here. Gain some more life. Make some more Zombos. Yes. Draw Valakut. Definitely do not want to draw Valakut. Is this actually lethal? So this is 25 zombies, that's 50 damage. I'm actually gonna need to do some math. That sucks. care about this Thalia. Feels bad. Okay, so we're gonna get to attack with everything. This is gonna be, they're gonna block here. This is gonna block here, actually, the Death Touch one. This is gonna block here, and this is gonna block here, and this is gonna block here. So we're gonna get block, 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 and block. So that means that we're gonna get 10, 20, 24. So 48 damage. 48 damage plus... But they're gonna gain some life. So I guess I don't want to do that. I'd rather just kill the Karn. Well, actually, it seems good to attack them with everything. Because it beats Oblivion Stone and stuff. Sure. I would like to beat Oblivion Stone. And this time we're actually going to find Valakut. Such an outrageous amount of zombies. Yeah, they're at a virtual 58. So I'm going to get them down to 10, but I'm going to trade with this and I'm going to trade with this. So my opponent's going to have 2 creatures to defeat my horde of zombies. Death Touch 1 is going to block Knight, and Lifelink 1 has a free block on one of these. Bounce Forest, whatever. Wee zombies. Created Mate emoticon. Pray for no Ugin. Yeah, Ugin would have been gained there. But I have to play in a way that sets that up, right? Like that sets me to win. Because if I had attacked like their dudes or whatever, then we're actually not playing towards. And to think that I was considering actually conceding that game. Can you believe that? No, you can't. 5. Thank you for the follow. Shouldn't you have Bound Sanctuary to keep making zombies? My opponent has a Karn, so I assume that they are going to plus. Right? So if they are going to Ugin me, which is the way that I lose, they're gonna plus. So I'd rather have more mana in play, I guess. Although maybe the difference is just negligible, so I should have played for them to make the mistake, which they did multiple times throughout the game, so should never count them out of being able to make a mistake. Mind Sensor, Knight of Autumn, Reliquary is fine. Golos, we can probably cut 1, seems a little bit slow. Steve. Had that game in the bag, they put and made every single decision correctly. Yeah, they did. I feel like I do want to let Underskull because Raminap seems pretty cool in this matchup. Just gonna cut Thalias. Bring them back on the play. The nuts! It's not the nuts, but I'll keep it. Move to 5. And they keep. The Vial off the top. Reclaimer off the top. Flagstones. It's basically a Reclaimer, right? How has Flagstones been? Excellent. If you're playing Reclaimer, you should be playing Flagstones and vice versa. At least in this kind of deck, right? Poggers. Because my opponent doesn't have turn 3 Tron, we actually have time to do this, which is sick. Absolutely sick. Okay, so now they have to use their sphere, so they don't have green mana. Sweet. Vial first, of course. Then that makes sphere. Always play Flagstones at 1-2 off in Legacy due to Cataclysm. Yeah, that's cute. It does come up sometimes. And when it does come up, it's actually quite impactful. But DNT is not really playable anymore. Okay, so they have an answer to the Damping Sphere because they played a green source instead of their Tron land. Slightly annoying for that to be the case. So we got a fetch here. We're gonna sack Flagstones, probably get Ghost Quarter, I guess. We're kind of running out of time. So this is gonna be one more green source. Then we're gonna play Flagstones. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess we can play the second field now. And then Titan them on the following turn. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, they just don't have it. All right. One, two, three, four, five, 6. So I guess I'd rather just cast the Titan off of this. This one is in the bag, folks. This one is in the bag. All right. Ugin, baby? What can they really do here? Bowstone? Mog. Into play, thank you for the follow. Okay. So they're not taking my Titan. Alright. So we're just gonna have lethal over 2 turns. Emrakul, the promised end. Give me a Dryad, just so we can finish my poor opponent up, you know? Dryad. Golos. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get to prime time plus activate Reclaimer. And Reclaimer activation represents more zombies, so we're fine. Bujuki for Emrakul. I don't think the Bujuki Bog is going to stop the Emrakul. But even if it does, we can do that at instant speed. Because they still have Chromatic Sphere. So this is 10 mana. So we definitely want Vesuva for field, and I guess Flagstones? Just makes more zombies. Keep this one. Oh, no! This is the worst. I thought that we were talking about the thing. I thought that we were gonna be thinking about the what we get instead of. Oh man. All right, so now my opponent has a shot. Oh, that's gross. That's so bad. That is so hilariously bad. And we don't have... This is the worst, chat. This is the absolute worst. We should have won this game easily. Even after my opponent resolves their Emrakul. Now we're actually gonna really struggle. Shit. Brutal. Where's my bog? Oh, I sighted out. Great, great, great. Oh man, I had the perfect mana for everything, and ugh. Oh, it feels really bad. Feels really bad. Should have won this game easily. Should have won this game easily. I mean, we might still get there, depending on what we draw. If they attack with the Ulamog, we might have a shot. If they attack with the Ulamog, then we might have a shot. Or if we draw a Dryad. So we would... They would attack with everything on their turn. They block here, they block here. We only have a... They attack with the Ulamog. Wow. I guess we're gonna get away with it. We do have enough zombies. Like, if they had kept the Ulamog back to block, they could have chumped with another zombie, but now we do have enough zombies. They can activate Reclaimer, sack field, take the Vial Lab to make things awkward. Like, they can do whatever they want, but now they're just dead to the zombies. They were dead to the zombies anyway. Yeah, I guess that they were. Now they're gonna activate Reclaimer, sack the field, and fail to find. But they're still dead, right? Unless I'm missing something? They can attack with Prime Time, fail to find. Block with Emrakul, we untap, attack with everything, win. Even with all the pawns, we are still gonna get there. Yeah, I mean, that seems... Looks lethal to me. They also did not attack with the Prime Time. Value. Titan Vial, yes. Hell yeah. Resolve Ulamog, resolve Emrakul. No big deal. Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. The nuts. I find it pretty amusing to just look at any opening hand, just call it the nuts. Just immediately. Oh, hello. That's gonna be pretty good for them. Yep. All right. What are they saying? No, I was just posting to Twitter. We do look pretty dead here, however. So we're gonna have to win by going face with Dryads. I'm just trying to figure out what is the best and most efficient way of getting there. And I think that is gonna have to do with me getting flagstones here so I can actually ramp. Because we're a little bit short on lands here. So we're gonna be taking a solid hit here. As long as there's no Ballista and Bolt, we have a shot, I think. Darksteel Citadel is okay. We just don't want to see Ballista, don't want to see Ravager. Yikes. This is not lethal though, I don't think. Yeah, it's not lethal. Sweet. Shuffle the top, see if we find something better. Best case scenario would again be not that. So now we can Valakut. At instant speed. Still hoping for no what's his name? No Ballista. Throne of Geth. Shit. What do we want to kill? Like, we have to kill something in response to this, right? I think it's going to be the Metallic Mimic. Or we attempt to kill it at least. They can sacrifice like their hangerbacks and stuff, but Okay. Okay, so this is actually not a bad draw at all. So it means that unless they can set up lethal here, we should be fine. Animation module doesn't do anything. They might have lethal though. So this is, yeah, I think they actually do. So this is 4. They sack whatever, put proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is just lethal. Yeah, that's super lethal. Gross. Gross spiral. All right. So many counters. All right, we're dead. Not even playing around the black force. Okay, so we want these. We want these. That's it. Empath can go. Golos seems rough. My Ramming Up seems not good. I think I want Thalia on the play and I'm gonna cut it on the draw. We're 2-1 actually. Let's update that real quick. Yeah, Force of the... It's not a coincidence that Force of Despair sees 0 play. Card is not particularly great. Been very now with modern right now. We try out variant of the Simian that popped up. I'm for sure knowing it, but no, it's not. It's I think Amulet is in the worst spot it's ever been basically since I've been playing the deck. Destroy target land. How's it going? Yes, so far it's been good. You having some fun? Well, we can blast zone here. Just ramping hard over here. Does he have access to Ghost Quarter? Do you have Crumbling? No. Look at my opponent's perfect Lurrus mana. Perfect Lurrus mana. Casting Lurrus, easy. Lucky bee. Gonna get Snow Forest. Sack. Yes. Gonna get a basic plains. And now I think we just get Blast Zone. I just because I'm trying to cast the Lurrus for solid 2 minutes with Twilight Mirror and his Stamping Sphere and Blade. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Those are the good times. Can sack this to go get Field. It's probably okay. So sack this. Field of the Dead. Play this. Boom, boom, boom. Play a second Reclaimer. Big brain deck building. Yeah, yeah. Just blow up your own dude because you have a second one. It's no big deal. I think I sided out Raminab. Yeah, Raminab would be pretty sick here, actually. I mean, we're still okay. Oh, talking about the Jose Skills one, yeah. Is Titan Vial a meme? Genuine question. I sold Uro to buy 4 vials since Gobos is very cheap still. Should I dive in? So Jose, if I'm being honest with you, I think that it's more real than I even give it credit for. Originally it was a meme, yes. And I will proudly say that. I will proudly say that originally it was a meme, yes. After having played with it, and after like it went X, I think it went X and 2 in the showcase challenge, and I'm like, this it might be more real than I think it is. So I think I want to try to... Oh, fuck. No, I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'm still fine. Okay, this is fine because they tapped the Ring Moth. That is not fine anymore. That is actually pretty good. For them, that is. Though... So I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm definitely getting Valakut here. I think we go there. Trying to figure out what's the best way to not die to this Inkmoth Nexus plus also Death. It's the reason why I have Tron as well. Honestly, the friend has treated me nicely. Was able to build a bunch of modern decks and moto just from Amulet Prophecy. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about playing in Magic Online. Just get to, you know, build a collection and just make money. What are you seeing? Jeeves lol, you are seeing the new meta, my friend. Titan Vial is the new meta. As long as you hold up Night activation, they gotta respect Ghost Quarter. Yes, that's the plan. That's why I did this main phase and on my turn when my opponent doesn't have access to their mana. And they don't have access to like Inmoth. Maybe I should have done this on upkeep. I don't think so, because they could have like Nature's Claim or something. We still have activation, Night activation, and then we can go get Windswept Heath too. So they're getting modular on the Arcbound Ravager. And they're gonna put the counters on the Ozolith. But they still need to suck something to the Ravager. So they're gonna boost all of these counters. Still yes to this. They sack Throne to put a counter. They sack any basics? No. So I'm actually gonna get Windswept Heath because it gives me 2 activations. Valakut here. Husa, thank you for the host. Just playing some Title Vials. Playing some Title Vials. Titan Vial over here. So I think this Ravager is now toast. And if they attempt to put the counters on the Ballista, I just fetch and kill the Ballista in response. And they can't actually do anything profitable with this Ballista anymore. Oh, wait a second. Did I just get myself? Oh, shit. So I think we actually have to let this resolve now. Because otherwise, if I kill the Ballista in response, the counters in the Ozolith will go on the Inkmoth and I will die. So we actually pass here. Because I would die to the Inkmoth Nexus. But now they cannot like sack the Ballista. So all of these counters cannot go to the Ozolith. So they cannot put them on the Inkmoth. Interesting game. Very interesting game. But we have GQ. with the Knights of the Reliquary, so we're fine. Villadambri! Let's go! One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we can go get wood. We can go get Bellower, and then Bellower goes and gets Knight of Autumn. And just Knight of the Reliquary just gets Ghost Quarter, and I just win. Because I cannot really get Titan, right? Because they can kill the Dryad in response, and then my Titan basically just gets flanked. They do have to respect, though, the activations. Need yourselves a Hex Mage, that's funny. Just violin my first Titan feels good. Did you win the game, Jacob? I think I know the answer to that. Green, green, 1, 1. I guess if we get second Dryad, that's actually better. What if we get Ewit? No, just get Knight of Autumn, right? So we fetch. Go get a forest. No, I think that is actually better because my opponent cannot answer both now. So we're gonna ping on the ballista. And for every time that my opponent doesn't do anything about this, like if this resolves, that means that now the ballista is not gonna be able to activate, right? So now I'm gonna use Reclaimer to go fetch and a second Valakut. Put both activations on the ballista. So, like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ace card 21, thank you for the follow. One activation, another activation. And now we might even be able to set up a lethal attack here, actually, with this knight. Like, this knight is just massive. I think we might just have a lethal attack, actually, right? We have exactly lethal? What is this targeting? Oh, they're killing zombie tokens. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Alright, so now we're not going to have a lethal attack, but that's fine. Because what we're going to have is they're going to put some counters in the Ozolith. 3 counters. But now Knight just gets Ghost Quarter. And that's game. What game is this? This is game 2. We lost game 1. So, sacrifice. Temple Garden. Get Ghost Quarter. Trigger Valakut. Trigger Valakut. We're supposed to blow it up in response to the activation, so the counters don't go in on the Osolith. I don't think it matters, right? Because we have a lethal board next turn regardless. That they need to answer both Dryads or Reclaimer plus Reliquary. So I don't think. Is this a Return to Dust from the challenge? Well, I mean, Return to Dust is me. Return to Dust was playing my list. So yeah, it is. Actually, no, I think I'd rather have a Witness instead of ramming up. Yeah, I think it's okay. Okay. Wacky hand, but it's okay. Did you see how they tried to describe the deck on Reddit? No, I didn't. I don't really follow Reddit, so... Wow, they made a post on Reddit and didn't credit me. Feels bad, man. Rampant Taxes, no idea what to call this crazy creature heavy ramp deck. I mean, it has a name. It's called Titan Vial. It has a name. It's called Titan Vial, so I don't understand. I don't understand why you would not have a name when the deck already has a... The deck already does have a name. This is what you go to get started with ready. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's basically what Reddit is, right? So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Fatal Push. Okay. Ooh, that's actually not bad. So now we have access to Path. Sweet. We also gain a little bit of life, which is cool. We got that covered thanks to the Ghost Quarter. Oh, they didn't post about it? Okay, so other people were talking about it. Okay. Somebody should go in there and just post the link to to my YouTube. There's like, I started playing the deck 2 weeks ago now. We brewed it. You can actually go to the VODs and see how we brewed it up on stream. All that stuff is in there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we can instant speed the Lumber Skull. Now that's some business. So we can call for Knight of Autumn if we want to, then we can use Ewit to get back a Ladamber Skull. It's a Modern Magic. Yeah, I have no idea what all of that means. I have no idea about what all of that means. Someone did well and he got people talking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna do this now because they don't have a way to sack. And now I guess we let that go. Arcbound Worker. Sure. So now this is gonna force. Now this is gonna force the sack, I guess, or just the trade, both of which are fine. We don't take any damage. Whatever they attempt, they're probably gonna put the counters on the Arcbound Worker. And then we can attempt to path the Ravager. They sack Ravager, which means that they don't get a land, so that's cool. Path Thistles. Now they have that. And now I'm going to get a Lumber Skull. Green, white. The Lumber Skull, go get Knight of Autumn. Knight of Autumn destroys Heartbound Worker. They get to put the counters on the Ink Moth. So trigger on the stack. Knight of Autumn. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. So they get to put the counters, but then we just go squatter it. Is there anything that blows me out if I do this at instant speed? Is there anything that blows me out if I do this at instant speed? I don't think so. But I'm gonna be a coward here. Next turn we're gonna get to play Golos of the Vial, and then on the following turn we prime time. Not of this world. Can you imagine if my opponent were to play Not of this world there? Just the 1 damage is fine. now we have to start the racing. So they're not gonna be able to play Lurrus plus Ravager plus lethal me. Modern in Twitch and Reddit. Nice. Did you link the what's his name? The YouTube VODs. Violin in Golos is hilarious. Hilarious and about to be game winning as well. I mentioned them. Oh, nice. Okay. So they don't have lethal. They can sack Darksteel. And they can sack Ravager. That's 1, 2. That's 4. So they would be 2 counters here, then 4 counters here, plus the 1/1, 5 counters actually. So that's 6. We go up to 7 infect, and then we just kill them with a Dryad plus Valakut plus Golos and Primetime. So we have lethal now. I guess they could have like Dismember. Valakut plus Flagstones. I guess we gotta force the sack. What do I think of Temur Reclamation? I think it's very good. It's been winning events left and right lately, so. Oh, I forgot. Oof. That's real bad. I think I might have punted here. I opened myself up to Fatal Push. Well, I guess that they just don't have lethal anyway. They cannot set up lethal counters on the Inkmoth, so it's fine. Counter people from here who commented on that thread in the last 10 minutes connecting to the next names. Nice. Chat, you're the hero. You are the real hero. Oh fuck, new emotes. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, so all the tier 2 and 2 and 3 emotes are now available to everybody. And there's the new emotes. So now if you are a tier 1 sub, you get access to the Azusa emote, the no bad matchup emote, and you also get access to the new emote, which I have very affectionately called Fran. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's really funny. That is very, very funny. So I think on upkeep, I'm gonna go for lethal now. Oh, I should have played the Reclamation. I mean, it doesn't matter. Does not matter whatsoever. Yes. Temple Garden. Valak at you. Valak at you. Deck's too good, basically plays itself. Yeah, I know. Alright, new emote. Fuck yeah. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Alright. While my opponent is making me wait for no reason, let's actually do something productive and... Oh, sweet. My opponent finally decided to let me kill them. Save image as. Those are the cutest little mate. That's hilarious. That is awesome. All right, so let me try to do this thing. Gotta go on Twitch. Go here. Wait, no, that's not where we're gonna go. There we go. Yeah, apparently now that I'm a partner, I get my emotes like immediately updated. So that's pretty cool. So come here. Stream modes. That's 1. That's 2. That is 3. Okay. No, it doesn't work. All right, this hand is actually not a keep. This hand is insane. Let's keep this one. I guess we actually bottom this, right? Done. Maybe I should have led on Flagstones. My opponent might think that I'm a mono white. Oh, they can't be added midstream. It's annoying. Alright, I guess no new emojis yet. Should I? Yeah, I regret it. I regret everything. I shouldn't have played that land. I should have played another land. You gotta update the record. You're right. Doing so many things at the same time. All the things are being done right now. Field of Ruin? Yeah, feel free to Field of Ruin my flagstones, please. This is my Elvish Reclaimer. Definitely gonna upkeep this, so if they have a Reclamation or something, they can't use it. My opponent says they follow me on YouTube, so I guess they kind of knew what I was up to. That's really funny. Yes. Just get a Temple Guard, then sure, whatever. Just gonna get another Flagstones of Trocker. Even if they have Shark Typhoon, this is fine. Still only make it 2/2. Cut the Vials. Vials sounds so bad in this deck, etc, 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 etc. Vials sounds so bad in this deck. I'm allowing my opponent if they want to blow up my thingy, that's fine. Imagine wanting to cut the Vial. Pfft. Just imagine that for a second, right? Just imagine that for a second. What are the odds that this is better than Amulet right now? I said that on my Discord yesterday, and I'm just like, it's not unreasonable for this deck to be just better than Amulet right now. Like, when I saw no copies of Amulet in the top 32 and one copy of this, I'm like, that's not the craziest thing to ever happen. It really isn't. Because Amulet is just, it's legit pretty bad right now. Amulet is pretty bad right now, so. No 3-drops. Unlucky. Unlucky. I think I'm gonna sack Flagstones here for field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Gonna get the other planes. Trigger Tracker. Get Field of the Dead. Oh, now I draw the 3-drop. Feels bad, man. Play this. I think I'm gonna go with Vial. Oh, we can't. So I guess I'm gonna go with Reclaimer. It was probably 100% conversion rate on Titan Vial too. Yeah, probably. Very likely. Very likely, yes. Just can't get my head around Vial in this deck. I mean, you just saw. My opponent's hand was probably remand, something else that counters a spell that's not a cryptic command, and they just conceded because they cannot do anything against my Titan Vial. I just played turn 1 Vial and it just won the game by itself. A bunch of turns after, but it just won the game by itself. We want to could see cutting one Reclaimer. Finally, the time to test Arasta. Yeah, if I had kept, if I had like Gracer or Noble Hierarchy in my deck, I think I lose that game handily. Easily lose that game. Easily lose that game. I might be playing against Rex, so maybe I want just a one of Night of Bottom that I can call or Bellower for. Golo is actually great, cannot get gusted. Thalia is insane. In fact, this kind of matchup is the reason why I decided to try out Thalia in the main deck to begin with. Thalia was actually not in the deck in my original list. And I played like one league where I tested Thalia, and I started with 2 copies and it overperformed so much that I went up to the 3rd one. Should I cut Fountain? I kind of want to cut a land. Just Blast Zone. That seems better. Cut Blast Zone and maybe Empath. So we're gonna have our Rasta anyway. Snap Keep. Why was I requiring not a card you wanted this list? So originally I did not start with Knight in my list because it can be a little bit awkward. But then I made some changes to actually make Titan be a little bit more reasonable in the deck. So I cut the Cavern of Souls, for example. I cut the Cavern of Souls, I added more fetch lands in place of the Cavern of Souls, and then what else did I do to make room for that? Ugh, a little bit flooded on big drops here. But yeah, it was definitely one of my the cards that my mind went towards. It's literally my 2nd favorite card of all time. So obviously my mind went towards Knight of Reliquary, but it just didn't really make much sense with what the deck was trying to do. So I didn't really consider it seriously. And I'm giving it a shot now, and it's been okay so far, honestly. It's been definitely fine. So we're playing this. And I'm kind of... I could definitely resolve this knight here if I wanted to. I just don't think I do. Because I want to leave Reclaimer activation. I don't want this Uro to just get out of hand, you know? E for 1. Well, that's fucked up. When I get to resolve a 4-drop here, or I guess I do want to resolve Bog here. Yeah, let's just go with Bog. Let's play Knight. Say go. So if they tap out again, we can resolve Titan next turn. Knight is too large to get bolted, which is nice. We also survive Flame Slash, which is also nice. %, getting gusted here though. Counter draw. What can I do with this knight? This is the awkward thing about knight, right? Like, we don't really have that much synergy with her. So, like, we can go with field, but, like, Reclaimer has synergy with Flagstones. Knight does not. So we cannot really ramp. It gets gusted. It's a 3-drop. So Knight does has a sizable amount of what can I say? Like it just doesn't work with our game plan 100%. No Vial on the field? No. My opponent had explosives for the Vial. Got a nice little 2-for-1. Blow up my Reclaimer and my Vial. Getting castle is sort of ramp. It is, but hard cast Typhoon. Interesting. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to go squatter here. Yo, Nutty 41. All right, I'm sold on the deck. Welcome back with the tier 1 sub. Nutty 41, thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying the deck. It really does some pretty cool things. The more I play, the more excited I get about it, which is probably a good sign, huh? I think I'm just gonna need the Flagstones here. So, if I attack, I can start forcing my opponent to Cryptic plus Tap. And they can make all the sharks they want, but I can Bellower for Dryad. Anger of the Gods, sure. I love how Anger also kills their own shark. That's kind of hilarious. So their hand is Cryptic plus 2 unknowns. We probably have to assume that they have access to Gust. So I think I'm going to start the turn by playing this. Making some mana. Casting the Eternal Witness. Getting back Thalia. 3. Cast Thalia. That resolved. Okay. So now we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that that has resolved, we can sack this. Get sick on Flagstones? No, because we cannot fetch, we cannot make enough mana. So this is gonna have to be Forest. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter. Let's do field plus Flagstones. So now they're gonna have to Cryptic tap and draw. And when they Cryptic tap and draw, we are gonna be able to Woodland Bellower, get a Dryad. And then we're gonna be able to Ghost Quarter our own Flagstones. This is gonna give us 2 basics. We can sack any land that's not the Flagstones, and then we can deal them 12. Thanks to the Dryad. So we should have this one locked up. Oh, that's cool too. Alright, so let's say go. So that's 5 mana. Tap all creatures your opponents control, draw a card. So with that on the stack, we're gonna sacrifice this. Go get Second Valakut. Make some zombies. Let Cryptic resolve. Then move to second combat, second main phase, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bellower, go get Dryad. Dryad, Ghost Quarter, Flagstones. GG's. This deck is sick, chat. This deck is so sick. This deck is so freaking sick. I love it so much. I love it so freaking much. Valakut you, Valakut you. Yes. Plains. Valakut you and Valakut you. What's my overall record? 13-2 over the past 3 leagues. Which is when I started actually, you know, playing lists that I do enjoy. I think that the breakthrough moments were number 1, Adding the third copy of Thalia was definitely a breakthrough moment. Thalia has been so good against all the control decks. So good. Thalia has been so good against all the control decks. So that was definitely a breakthrough moment. My one says a different way to do Amulet. Like, for real, right? That's really funny. How about the record for the leagues? Yeah, we're just 4-1. Yeah. What I do enjoy a lot about this deck is just how much play it has to it. Am I not playing the Modern Showcase? No, I didn't qualify. I didn't manage to qualify. I top 64. I top 32 the one of the events. I top 64 the other one, but I didn't manage to top 8, so I didn't get to qualify. Big Spider is for blue-red prowess. Yeah, for blue-red prowess and also for control decks. Gotta personally top 8 some big event. I mean, honestly, I didn't have the guts to play it this past weekend, but maybe I honestly should have. Maybe got up in the sideboard. Teague just doesn't do anything right now. Like, it literally doesn't really allow you to do anything new. We could play it, but like, what would we bring it in? What would we bring it in against? Ad nauseam, I guess. We can try it out. I'm never down to try. I'm never not down to try it out. I think I'm gonna be playing some more of this deck tomorrow. So, like, I'm actually really excited about this deck. I'm actually really excited about this deck. So, I'm down to testing out some Teague. Because I don't like it against Lightning Bolt or Path to Exile decks, but it could be okay against the combo decks like Ad Nauseam and like Tron and stuff. Reclaimer, Knight, and Primetime in a playable deck together is just a dream. It really is. It really is. And it's funny because like I tried so much to make like this card and this card work. And out of all the shells where I tried these cards to make them work, this is far and away the one that I had the least amount of hope in. And it just wins. Like, I just keep on winning with this deck. It's hilarious. I have no real explanation. I really cannot explain it. So Knight isn't that hard. It was actually pretty insane, this league. It was actually pretty good. I explained why I didn't try it out in my original list. But now that I have actually given it a shot, it does seem pretty cool. And it being a one-off is just fine. Definitely we're going to be missing... There's been a serious uptick in red decks, so like Prowess and Burn are actually very good right now. So we're probably going to be missing Courser in those matchups. Particularly because Knight is not insane there. Like, it's okay. It's just like a big-bodied threat that just kills them quickly, but it's not very good. It can go with Radiant Fountain, I guess, or like Bounce Land for Radiant Fountain, Vesuva, etc. But like Courser just gains incremental advantage over time, and that's the way to beat those decks. Giver of Runes might be good. Nah, I don't think so. We don't really have like honestly, we just don't care too much about our threats getting answered, and like we're not. Basically, it's not so much about our threats being answered. It's more about like every single threat that we play just gives us value, and that value gets progressively tougher for your opponents to come back with. Like, you know, Field from the Titan and like Bellower. If you get to untap with Reclaimer or Knight of the Require, that's just like you just go to town getting whatever land you want. So it's just a matter of it doesn't really fit the game plan. Like, you have a 1-mana 1/1 that just doesn't do anything. It just sits there. It's just like, what's Rasta for? Prowess and control decks. Prowess and control decks. So Yeah. Is this deck real? Maybe more than I give it credit for. Alright, we're gonna be playing some more of this tomorrow, because I'm starting to believe this might be just good. Alright, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Hope you had some fun, and take it easy out there. Bye-bye.